Hey there and welcome to this First Alert Weather Plus forecast. I'm Chief Meteorologist Rachel Garceau. Here's what's on the way over the next several days. The work week will kick off on a warm and dry note, potentially our last gasp of summer-like heat, at least for a little while, as by the middle of the week we turn to a cooler and showery weather trend. Is that summer heat gone for good? I think the 90s and triple digits very likely are. So as a reminder, we've been on quite the roller coaster ride as far as high temperatures go over the last 2 weeks. In Boise, we've seen highs in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and of course the triple digits with that near record-setting kickoff to the month of September, our 101-degree Labor Day. Those two triple-digit days, remember, took us into 7. That's our tally for 100-degree plus heat in Boise, and I have a feeling this is where we will likely stay as far as that triple-digit tracker goes for the year. For a historical note here, the latest triple-digit day for Boise ever, September 14th. So it looks like we likely will not have another 100-degree day through the 14th, and after that all bets are probably off as far as seeing any more triple-digit weather. And you can see our 10-day high temp trend takes us from the mid-80s on Monday into the 70s for the rest of the work week, and possibly climbing back up into those low 80s by the middle of the week after that. But still, I think that summertime heat is gone for good. So Monday will be very comfortable and on par with normal until those temperatures start sliding into cooler than average territory. Hey, if you noticed over the weekend that moon above you looked extra bright, that's because September's full moon did peak midday on Sunday, the corn moon as it's nicknamed. But for parts of the world, this full moon overnight Sunday into Monday will end up being a blood moon, as it's called, a total lunar eclipse happening again overnight Sunday the 7th into Monday the 8th. Not visible here in the U.S., so we'll have to wait until next spring to see a total lunar eclipse here in the United States. So Europe, Asia, Western Australia getting the best view of that total lunar eclipse. But still, we should have a pretty nice view of the full moon overnight Sunday into Monday. We'll have a few clouds in play on Monday, much more cloud cover on Tuesday. That's when we kick off those precipitation chances for that cool showery trend that I mentioned. And you can see those precip chances ramp up for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. None of these days at this point look to be complete washouts. Just a heads up there, but still splash and dash showers coming our way as a low pressure center off to the west will slowly meander eastward, and even once it hits the west coast, will then very slowly trek to the east and move through the gem state. It takes several days for this system to come through. So as far as impacts that we're tracking, we are talking about some scattered showers starting as early as Tuesday. As you saw, much more likely Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Straight thunderstorms are possible in some of our spots, especially in the higher elevations, and cooler temperatures. But overall, as far as the impact to outdoor activities, should be low. Of course, if those thunderstorms pop up where you are and you're outside, that will have a major impact in that moment. But not everyone is going to get hit with storm activity or heavy rain all at once from Wednesday through Friday. Again, it will be hit or miss, and we'll enjoy some sunshine at times as well. So kind of a little bit of everything packed into the week ahead. So let's talk about our futurecast. You can see starting Sunday evening that low well off to the west. I'm going to let us roll forward here all the way into Tuesday. You can see that low starting to make its way in, and then on Wednesday the core of it comes close to southwest Idaho on into Thursday. So you can see just some scattered shower activity. Cooler temperatures on deck as well will be below normal from Wednesday through Friday on into the weekend. And the takeaway here too is that if you do have some yard work to get done, Monday is looking good. Again, I would not count out Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but just keep an eye on the sky. Maybe plan to halt the lawn mowing and finish it up when the rain has stopped. And you could probably leave the sprinklers on, but maybe just dial back the time a bit, as that cooler weather and those scattered showers mean that you won't have to water quite as much. All right, let's talk about temperatures for the Pacific Northwest for the next several days. So we'll be very comfortable mid-80s in southwest Idaho on Monday. You can see low 70s across the west coast, and off to our east in places like Billings, Montana, and Casper, Wyoming, still mid-80s there. So those temperatures really don't change a whole lot on Tuesday. You'll see we'll drop down below 80 in the Boise area on Tuesday. Highs along the west coast only in the upper 60s. And then for the middle of the week, we'll drop even further down to 74 degrees, a high of 70 in Twin Falls. Most of our mountain locations will not make it out of the 60s by the middle of the week. And again, you combine that with some clouds overhead and those come and go showers. It's going to feel a little bit like fall. So if you have yet to maybe indulge in your first pumpkin spice latte, Wednesday might be the day for you. All right, let's talk about our 7-day outlook for the Central Mountains. We have a decent chance of seeing showers as early as Tuesday evening in the higher elevations. And generally the trend this week is that the higher you go in elevation, the higher those precipitation and storm chances as well. So 72 in places like McCall on Tuesday. We'll land in just those mid 60s from Wednesday through Friday. At this point, the most active day will likely be Thursday up in the mountains. Everything tapers off on Saturday, drying out to kick off the weekend, but it looks like we may have another system coming in on Sunday that may bring back a few more showers, but there's not high forecast model certainty or agreement on that system just yet, so take Sunday with a grain of salt. Magic Valley, here's your 7-day outlook as well. Beautiful on Monday, low 80s, lots of sunshine. Shower chances, a little bit of an uptick on Tuesday, but again, the main event really is Wednesday through Friday. Also in south central Idaho, I think the highest rain chances at this point will be on Thursday, but we'll see how that shakes out. And again, I would not write off any of these days as a full-on day of rain, but still expect to have those splash and dash showers. Maybe just plan your footwear and your hairstyles accordingly. Beautiful on Saturday with that chance of showers popping back into the picture on Sunday. All right, Treasure Valley, here's what you can expect for the next 7 days. We talked about that beautiful opening to the work week, just gorgeous on Monday, kind of a windows down, music up kind of Monday. On Tuesday, clouds come in. That will keep a lid on our heat, 79 degrees. We have a weak cold front that comes in Tuesday as well. So by Wednesday, those highs drop into the mid 70s. Morning lows, this may be where you really feel the difference. We'll be in the mid 50s starting on Wednesday. So definitely grab an extra layer type forecast for the middle of the week and end of the week. We could wake up to some fog as well across the region each day that we do see rain. That will be the trend through Friday. Then a nice little spike in temperatures on Saturday, back up near 80 degrees. Gorgeous kickoff to the weekend. Slight chance of a shower or two popping back into the picture by Sunday. Thanks so much for tuning into this First Alert Weather Plus forecast. We'll see you next time.